All of the men in this room are bound by blood. This is a family. And in this family, we follow a code of honor. It is not forgiving. To betray one is to betray all. Do you wish to commit yourself, your life, to this family?
I do.
To become a man of honor, repeat these words.
I swear my loyalty to this family. My flesh must burn like this saint. If I do not keep my oath,
Welcome, Enzo.
In a world where bloodlines write history and loyalty carves legacy, one name can change everything. This is Mafia The Old Country, a return to the roots, not just of the franchise, but of crime itself. Before Lost Haven, before Tommy Angeletto took the wheel, there was only tradition, vendetta, and honor. We're breaking down the details, everything you missed in the trailer, every shadow in the alley, every whisper in the council room, from the gameplay structure to the family ties that build and break empires. This isn't just a preview, this is a sit down with family, and you're sitting with us. So make sure, if you've watched up until this point, you bless us with a like, subscribe, and comment. Let's get started. The games in the Mafia series are set in fictional locations modeled after real American and Italian cities and typically feature strong historical settings from the Great Depression era in Lost Haven in the game's first inception to 1960s New Bordeaux in Mafia 3. Gameplay focuses on an open world environment where players complete missions to progress an overall story as well as engage in various side activities, albeit in a more linear, more grounded method than other open world games such as Grand Theft Auto. Most of the games include an additional free ride mode, which offers and triggers different side missions from that open world. Most of the game centers around protagonists becoming involved with the mafia in one way or another, either attempting to rise through the ranks or bringing it down for wronging them. The antagonists are commonly characters who have betrayed the protagonists or their organizations, or characters who have the most impact impeding the protagonist's progress. All games in this franchise have been well received by critics, with praise for their complex narratives, open world design, focus on realism. Although Mafia 3 reviewed significantly worse than the first two, the others, due to repetitive structure and gameplay, and I'm just going to say marketing at the time with other games that dropped with it, Mafia series has been commercially successful with combined lifetime sales all over 34 million copies worldwide. Mafia 4 goes back to the birthplace of the code. We're talking about Sicily, Naples, places where the mafia just wasn't a gang, it was a culture. It was survival, honor, silence, power. The original Almeretta just wasn't a code of silence. It was the law of the land. You broke it, you didn't disappear, you were erased. The founding fathers of crime were birthed here. The founding fathers of organized crime had their seeds planted here. Names whispered through corridors: Don Serleone, Don Morello, and even the older Dons, Don Moreno, Don Marcini. These are the ones in the games I've only hinted at. Mafia Old Country might be the first real look at the first generation's power players, the ones who laid the groundwork for everything else that came in the games after. This just isn't a prequel, it's methodology. The decisions were a ripple effect through the entire Mafia timeline. The family feuds, the betrayals, the alliances, it all leads to the rise of Don Serleone in Mafia 1 and sets the chessboard for Mafia 2 and 3. This game brings emotional weight and cultural ties to the forefront. This just isn't about power, it's about legacy. It's about sons avenging fathers, blood feuds kept alive through generations, and the impossible choice between family, loyalty, and personal freedom. To understand the Mafia, you don't start with the gun, you start with the name. And in Mafia The Old Country is where those names are born. Uncover a merciless world of organized crime, a rough and hewn brew of Sicily's rugged countryside is at a stark contrast to the grim and urban alleyways, but the treachery of violence in the gangland has run its course and has run deep. It's a mob movie. You're the anti-hero of this thrilling 1900s story, living out every tense moment of Enzo's descent into Sicily's clandestine criminal underworld. Soak in the sun-drenched Mediterranean scenery with the picture-perfect visuals powered by the Unreal Engine 5 and immerse yourself in every period of authentic details in this classic crime drama. Fight to survive. Engage in life or death combat, be it up close with the blade or from afar with a variety of firearms. To prove yourself worthy in the Torres family, Enzo will have to master all the tools of the trade, including period authentic handguns, rifles, shotguns to overcome any odds, and doggery eliminate the Don's enemy. Travel in authentic style. To reach your next target or make a hurried getaway, you'll need to gallop on horseback across the cobbled streets and open fields, or speed down the dirt roads in authentic turn-of-the-century automobiles. There you have it, folks. We have caught up the Mafia timeline. We are ready for the next inception of this great, grounded cinematography, action-packed story, and we're going back to the old country, the old ways of La Costa Nostra. If you found this video entertaining, if you want to know more breakdowns about the old country, we'll have more information on the way. Till next time, King of the Podcast, Casual Gamer, the Contrarian. Like, subscribe, comment. We out.